we have the ability and the right to choose. When we don't know that, and we think that it's just how it is forever and ever, then that's really burdensome and painful, right? So think about it. Have you ever experienced in your life where you really felt overwhelmed as though you just couldn't go on? Like life just seems like it's too much, so burdensome. And sometimes when you're in those moods, it's like, life sucks, life's just painful, life's awful. Why did God create life this way? It's not fair, and et cetera, et cetera. And just notice if you've ever had those experiences, what's really going on then? Isn't it that you just feel really burdened? You have a sense that there should be, perhaps could be, some other kind of experience possible, but you don't know how to choose that in that moment. So in that moment, it seems as though the meaning of life is being imposed upon you. You don't have any choice in the matter. It's nothing whatsoever to do with you. It's just imposed upon you. And it's awful. It's just an awful meaning. And so it seems really unfair and terrible. But if you knew in that moment what maybe you can recognize now, which is that what I'm experiencing is just the result of the associations that I've formed. And I have the ability, the power, the authority, and the right to change that. And if you know that you have the tools and the resources to produce those changes, and especially if you've had experience that demonstrates to you that you can be successful with that, then you wouldn't be in that state, would you? So it's really just a matter of knowledge and ignorance, right? So when we're ignorant, then we can get ourselves into these states where we feel a lot of distress and pain. And it's fundamentally self-induced, but we don't know because of the ignorance. We don't know that. And so we feel powerless to make the changes. And then we're looking around, who can I blame for this? And we usually go through phases with that, right? It's like for a while, it's like, it's all my mother's fault. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe it's not her fault. Maybe it's all the government's fault. And then it's not really, it's like, well, that's not really doing it anymore. So then it's like, maybe it's all God's fault. We're trying to find out whose fault it is. But it all stems from this ignorance of not knowing what's really going on and not recognizing that it's my creative authority and responsibility to change the experience